Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures. Today we've got another Conquest release, and I could not wait, so I had to jump onto the camera, well, onto the chair maybe, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I wanted to get a good look. We have today the Fireforged, which are the most Gundamist of Dweghom. Check out those cannons and armor. I swear to God, one of them is getting Federation RX-78 colors, or maybe a GM cannon. GM cannon probably would be more appropriate. So what do we got in here? Bunch of short dudes with cannons. Yeah, I swear if he'd had that painted red, white, and blue, it'd be even better. So you got 12 guys in here, 3 stands. Appropriate card. QR instructions. There are no printed ones, and they're actually pretty good. I gotta say, they updated a lot of their instructions on Bellum's website. Base stuff, card stuff. I want to say, didn't they used to have like the stats? Maybe that was just on the starter set stuff. Okay, let's get a closer look here at what's on these sprues. Alright, so this is the command sprue. You have a steaming axe. And maybe this is the banner. This is a lot bigger than this one. That's still a crazy looking axe. Various cannons, pieces I obviously am going to need to look at online. Maybe that's like a head crest for the helmets. I'm assuming that's what these little pieces are. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to guess we have a 2 A's, 2 B's. Or are they... Okay, these are the B sprues. One thing's nice is with these smaller boxes, the frames, sprues, whatever you want to call them, are a lot more compact, which leads to a lot less wasted space. We're still working on getting those connection points a little bit smaller. Interesting, his foot is a separate piece. I think that's a foot. Yeah, it is. Thankfully, just like all the other kits, you can see they are individually numbered and labeled, so you shouldn't have too much of an issue getting your parts all mixed up here, at least for the bodies. The shields and those bits I don't think are going to make a huge difference. They're probably compatible across the entire set. That is the B sprue. Let us take a look at the A sprue. How many of those? Looks like 3 and 3. A lot of parts this time. Then again, the Huscarl kit was too. But then again, also, these were also larger with the original set. So you can see here. I can't tell if the... Okay, there are a couple different cannon designs. Are the cannons numbered or anything? No, but I think with a little bit of logic, hopefully we'll be able to figure those out with no issue. They got really thick armor. Interesting. It doesn't look like they have sleeves on or anything underneath all that. I might just paint some with them, but that's okay. A couple of different hand options. We have an open hand, closed fist. How many heads do we have? There's the goggle guy. Looked like he had an American flag on. There's at least 4 heads or so on this sprue. This was the A, wasn't it? Yep, and how many do we have on the B? 1, 2, 3, at least 4. And I don't think any of those are repeats, so that's good. Always nice to have a lot of head variety. So, give me a moment. I will put these together. We'll take a look at how they turn out. And of course, I'm going to go grab a bunch of other models and we'll show you how they all stack up. And maybe I'll go find a gun cannon if I have one still. Oh, maybe they're at work. Or did I give those to the students? I don't remember. Anyway, let's find out how our Fireforged turn out. Alright, we got some of our Fireforged put together. So, here is a sample one, and I'm silly thinking that no, I actually have a painted sample one that I whipped together a little while back. I'm still not sold on the exposed skin. I think it looks silly. I wanted to put him in some kind of a jumpsuit or something, so that's what that's all about. I gotta say, so far these are probably the most labor intensive of Conquest models I built. Cannons 2 parts. You have the shield, the body's 4 parts. You have the extra greaves on top that I obviously didn't clean up as well as I thought I did. Let me see what else. I think that's it. And the arms and the shield. The amount of contact points for all the pieces, it just took me a while, and I'm like, I got 4 of them. I got 4 left at this point. I'm like, I'm going to just set them aside. 2 stands are enough for me. My primary interest is in First Blood anyways, so I believe this is supposed to be the unit leader, the champion. I like that axe. Got the more ornate cannon, fancier helmet. Stands a little bit larger than his buddy there once they're all put together. And then I believe this is the standard for the unit. Again, I gave him a little bit fancier cannon, fancier headdress, and he's got that big crazy glaive thing. I did build a few others, so it's not like they're going to be... Whee! Considering I don't have that many ballista warriors from the Hold Warriors box, I figure between the 2 of them, I've got a nice complement of artillery guys, and for some reason I had an extra cannon, and it just seemed like it needed to go underslung on this guy, so I don't know what his deal is. But that's what he's got going on now. We'll set all the unpainted aside, because we don't play with unpainted gray folks around here. No, sir. Let's grab a couple other Dweghom units. So this is the 3rd plastic core unit type box that we have. Oh, no, the Dragonslayers. Oh, wow. And I just broke stuff. That's awesome. Oh, boy. Okay. Anyway, we'll deal with that later as I try to get the lights back up and standing there. I don't know where I put my Dragonslayers. I don't see any around here, and I thought I had one. So this would be the 4th plastic kit for the Dweghom. We do have... Is this the Ardent? So you can see here a good size sample. Grabbing a couple other models just to give you a good indication. My first thought, oh darn it, I don't know where I put my abyssals either. Getting some modern scale dwarf guys on the table there. Had a couple of Titan Forge models. That's what I was thinking was going to do, was use them like as abyssals. And I think if you scale them, they look pretty decent. If you give them a proper paint job, they'd fit in pretty nicely with some of the other Chaos Dwarves out there. Let's grab some humans just so you guys have a good idea of what you're dealing with. So yeah, Conquest, as we've said many times, is at a little bit larger scale. I mean, if you wanted to use them as squats or something, actually squats and exo armor is not a bad idea. Throw some shoulder pads on. You know what? I might just do that. I'm looking at them now. I wonder if I have any extra marine pads. Like a generic plain shoulder pad. That might work. And then just lower the shield down on the arms. I don't know. I think there's a lot of interesting cross-pollination uses for these models. Use them as dead zone. What were the guys? The heavier armor that the Forge Fathers have. Were those exosuits as well? I don't remember. Might be able to use them in there, and I've been in the mood to paint some more Forge Fathers as well. So I think it's a fun kit. I'm not a fan of the exposed skin, considering how heavily armed and armored these guys should be. I mean, just the regular Hold Warriors feel a little bit bulkier to me. These guys tend to be a little bit bigger, though, just because of all the stuff they're carrying. I do like the exo frame, exoskeleton thing going on him. Whether it's not supposed to be painted like that or not, I don't know. But a neat kit. Just bear in mind, it's going to take a while to clean all those contact points, and there are a lot of bits required to finish them off. But I got to say, when you got them all, you know, stomping across the table like this, they look pretty dang impressive, I think. It's just those shoulders, those exposed shoulders really rub me the wrong way. That's my major detraction from the kit. Otherwise, I think it's really fun, it's really interesting, and there's a fair amount of variety, at least in terms of the head and poses, I think you could squeeze out of a box of these guys. And I'm sure, you know, if you're going to use them in smaller scale stuff like First Blood, I think there's a lot of definite potential there. So Definitely a cool kit, and as always, we're going to be looking forward to seeing what Parabellum has coming next, and it looks like quite a bit of interesting stuff, so we will definitely be seeing some of that as it shows up on the market. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.